Welcome to Deltascope on television. The program Deltascope is a magazine program on television that plays host to economic, political, and social stakeholders in Delta State, geared towards building a greater Delta. We extract from our guests what they think about government policies and programs and suggest a way forward in making Delta State greater. This week on Deltascope, we have a wonderful personality that we can describe as an economic, a social, and political stakeholder in Delta State. Who is this man? He was a one-time commissioner in Delta State, a one-time member of the Delta State House of Assembly, and presently a member-elect for the House of Representatives. I'm talking about Honorable Benson Igbakpa. He's got so much to share with us on Deltascope. But first of all, you would like to know about him. His CV is quite bulky and amazing. Let's go now and join our crew to see what they brought back with Honorable Benson Igbakpa.
We're here with Honorable Ben Roland Igbakpa, representing the good people of Ethiope Federal Constituency in Delta State. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Sir, let me congratulate you officially, on air for making it to this position. Before then, you passed through a lot of grills from private sector to public sector. So can we let's hear from you.
Yeah. First, I work as the executive officer in charge of finance and admin, and the special project unit under the governor's office during the administration of Jason and February, up to 2007 when I resigned and ran for the office of the honorable member representing Ethiope West in the Delta State House of Assembly in an election which I won. And on resumption, I was elected the deputy chief whip, which I held for about a year, and later I was elevated to a deputy majority leader, a position I held till the end of our tenure in 2011. And in 2011, the governor deemed it fit and found me worthy and gave me an appointment as the commissioner. His Excellency Dr. Emmanuel Eweta Odwa considered me worthy and gave me the office as commissioner and member of ESCO in charge of transportation. That I ran for 4 years, and at the end of that one I have to fall back to my private business, and I've been, because I believe that the best that one can offer really is to create jobs for people, ensure that there's food on their table, and I decided to keep the 4 years for that, and in between I started the project which I tagged Okimu to 2019. It's actually a call to service because a lot of people were saying, oh, you need to. As of 2015, I had a lot of pressure from a lot of my constituents who feel that having served as commissioner, having done wonderfully, based on the accolades, the people, the complimentary response that I get from people, it's only fair for me to go to the National Assembly. But I felt as of 2015, I was not ready. By 2016-17, the pressure came more, and I have to heed to their call. We hit the road running. We went all through the places, and we went through the primaries, went through the general election now, and here we are. So it's about the people. It's about them. They wanted me, and they show it at every point. At every point of this race, the people had been the choice. The choice audience that required this representation.
Okay, so that's called to serve. You were in the House when I'm in the House, State House Assembly. Can you just brief us what bills you passed and what bills you presented? Were there any bills you presented for you? I mean, one, you're a member. Two, you became a deputy chief whip. I became a deputy majority leader.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Obviously, those positions are not just given to anybody.
Yes.
Okay. You must have been very representative.
Yes.
There. Were there bills you passed that favored your people? Were there bills you passed that favored the states while you were there?
Yes, we were. I was involved. Basically, I was involved in the consolidated revenue bill that came from the government, and we have to do some extra work to ensure that it's not just about the government collecting revenue from our people, but at the input of the people have to come in to ensure that both sides, nobody will not robbing Peter to pay Paul. As there, then the Delta State University Teaching Officer bill, I was one of the very critical agent of it. I did a lot there. Then we came to issues of a lot of motion, to so many motions that were passed and ascended and operated upon by the government. I remember a lot of them that has to do with people that are unjustly removed from their position in government that has to come in our constituents. But above all, I think those things that were really dear to my heart is the fact that we were able to touch the people. We were able to come home and tell them that you have a representative that need to show you that you have to survive. And that is based on a type of empowerment scheme that we rolled out. We did training of people, I think a total of 297 for the 4 years, and we made provisions for them, ensure that they have starter packs, and we start doing something. We call it the Ready Mind. And the Ready Mind is a project that I got myself into. It's just something intuitive. I was just sitting down one day and I said, well, some of these people we are helping, are they really ready to be helped? Because you find out you give starter pack to somebody today and the next day the person is standing outside your gate and asking for support. So I thought of the Ready Mind. The Ready Mind is a project I thought of within me, and I just put some money together. I think it's about 10,000 then. Not big, but when I see you at the point of your business, if you are carrying whatever tray, if you're putting tray on your table, on your head, even if it's 1,000, that is the cost of it, I will stop and give you that 10,000. I give you this to support your business. I was driving around, I drive around the entire place, I see people selling orange, and I'll give them their own. And it became an anthem that when they see my car, people start bringing table to the roadside. And people start following. Once they see that my car is somewhere, people are coming around. But I select the time. The Ready Minds are beginning to. Yes, so we did that too. And yes, it paid off. Even now, during this project, you see people coming out to say, I am a beneficiary of the Ready Mind. So those are the things we did.
Okay. Now, you were also in the head of a crucial sector of the economy of Delta State, which is transportation, for 4 years. How, looking back now, what change did you effect? I mean, how strong was your pen to the paper of that sector?
Well, as Commissioner for Transport in Delta State, I quite understood the critical nature of transportation to any economy. The transportation, the logistics is actually one basic fact that if it's not properly planned, no economy can thrive, because people need to move, goods need to move from one place to another. And the government of that time, His Excellency Dr. Udwa, attached so much importance to that sector, and a lot were done. We were having about 705 buses at the time I left office, and there's virtually no place. We map out the entire state, and we created the routes for vehicles. If you see the vehicle, you have their routes. They were running, and again, we did what we call, it's a social scheme where we have to crash the transportation subsidy. And then, because you remember, after the fuel increase, the removal of subsidy, the certain monies were coming, they call subsidy fund, and whatever was coming to the government then pay part of whatever the transport operator could not collect from the passengers. So you pay certain percentage, and the government pay the balance. People were going from here to Lagos then with just less than 1,000 naira. Within Delta says it's just the highest then was 100 naira. So students. So that is one. Then two, we created what they call the monitoring scheme to ensure that these drivers don't overdo things. We went into water transportation. We bought the boats, but unfortunately we could not monitor the boats just like we monitor the vehicle, because for you to go into the waterways, you know what it is. So that scheme really didn't work. Then we went into, that was when the issue of building the airport, the Asaba airport, came to. But we have a project director in charge of the airport, but when there are issues to be discussed, I had to come in. Then we stopped the use of commercial motorcycle, popularly called Okada, in Warri and Asaba and its environs.
How did you achieve that?
What we did before, we give a 3 months window that we are going to ban, and before the ban we acquired 2,000 tricycles, and we acquire more buses. And on the day, we still have normal with human beings. Some of the tricycles find their way to Onitsha, because we're selling them for 150,000, which is pretty cheap, highly subsidized, and some of them find their ways to the other side. We got it. We now had to buy more, and with time we were able to achieve that. And that is still there to date. We couldn't achieve a totality in Sapele and Agbo, because we met resistance, and the government didn't just want to do it as if you are being draconian. So we tried as much as well to see what we can do. But in transportation, I think that is one of the flagship of that administration.
You've been on the legislative sector, you've also been on the executive sector. Now looking back now, which one's there more to your heart?
Yes, I still believe the period I served in the executive as the Commissioner for Transport is more challenging, and I feel that's the most dear to my heart.
Shabba, solid star. She be the judge, I be the case. We can't do without each other, we stick together. She be the hammer, I be the nail. We can't do without each other, we stay together. My girl too fresh, shock up. She fit to make a pastor to turn up. That girl too bad, shock up. She fit to make a prophet to mess up. I know they see no other girl, no waiting I want. A baby carry everything, no waiting I want. So many girls them sexy, yeah, but now you a sexy boss. A baby carry everything, no waiting I define. Oh, she be the judge, I be the case. We can't do without each other, we stick together. She be the hammer, I be the nail. We can't do without each other, we stay together. My girl too fresh, shock up. She fit to make a cripple to stand up. That girl too bad, shock up. She fit to make your boyfriend to mess up. Baby, I love to love you, baby. I no go tired, pretty lady. A baby carry everything, no waiting I define. Oh, she be the judge.
Still with Honorable Ben Igbakpa. Sir, now you are now a representative, federal. Your coast has expanded. Before it used to be either Ethiope East or Ethiope South, or now you're Ethiope in totality. So you have over 400,000 people under your representation. How do you represent these people?
Well, for one thing, I must say I am on a very familiar terrain. I'm a legislator. And I would say I was on sabbatical to the executive. Though I had a very wonderful experience there, I treasure that experience. But I'm a legislator. I am ready for the job. And because if you're not ready for any business, you can't make it well. I am very, very ready. I'm not a learner. I'm not a greenhorn. I'm not going there to start saying what are the rudiments. The rudiments are known to me already. Talking about representing our people, I think the basic thing that the people want is that accessibility. Are they able to reach you? Are you ready to listen to them? Are you ready to carry their message there? Because the essence, as I look at representation, for anybody that is represented, the first thing you look at yourself like a bird, and look at the many feathers on you. That feather belongs to every person in that constituency. And where those people cannot have access to you, the pull of the feather. And when that feather is gone, you are nobody. So I believe that the people that you represent is actually the government. They owe the power. You are only a representative. You are only a face of the place. So for me, I am very, very hungry to perform, hungry to tell them that yes, I promise them that I am going to redefine representation in Ethiope Federal. And I am very, very ready. I have my blueprint in place, how to work on the agri sector, work with our people, how to get our people into scholarship, how to give them empowerment that will be people generated.
Now, let's look at the bills you intend to present.
Oh, the bills. Well, by the grace of God, I have 2 bills already. I am waiting. But if I tell you now, what about some other person think, oh, do it before I come? Okay. So they are my property, and I am keeping them. Yes, I have 2 ready. One in education and one in budget.
You represent a segment of Delta State. By extension, you represent Delta State. Now, taking a look now, a cursory look of the economy of Delta State, the socio-economic layout of Delta State, what do you think needs to be worked on as a leader, as a stakeholder? Because you run your, though you're going in as a public servant now, you also have your private sector you're operating on. So, sir, what area do you think we could work upon?
Our microeconomy. We need to set up small scale business, not even medium now. We need more of the small scale businesses, because when the small scale businesses thrive, when everybody have food on their table, when everybody have small money to spend, our spending capacity will increase, and that we can now grow it into talking about the medium scale, the cottage industries that will come. But I think we need to really think about how we can do and bring it the private partnership with private bodies, because if the government is supposed to be creating that enabling environment, but when you see that just creating the enabling environment is not enough, government is still the highest spender. There's nothing wrong if the government go into partnership with other companies, knowing fully well that you have the technical know-how, knowing fully well that you know you can manage the business. There's nothing wrong in government bringing some fund into it and creating that business. So long as the business, as far as I'm concerned, if I have my way, today I have some businesses. I have just one of my business is employing over 50 persons, and if I have the opportunity of partnering with government, the government can even plant, say 5, 6, 7, and if we had to employ 50, that will be doing about 230 persons in employment, and they are getting their food from there. So we need to really start from the bottom. We need to start. Our micro business has to wake up, and let's grow from there. Let's set up industry. Let's set up factories where people can work, and there's nothing wrong if government can come into it. And again, I believe that this is a national issue, it's a global issue. Our budgeting. The budget of any state can actually empower people and make millionaires for the state.
The youths, how can we make them, reorientate them as the Delta youths from the beggarly point of view, yes, from the Chemo point of view, from Ose point of view, to self-esteem. Yes. How can
yes. The truth is going to take quite a lot of time, because they are so used to it. They make quick money, free money quickly by begging, and trying to put them somewhere to wait for 30 days to get the salary is a big deal that it's not going to be easy. But we need to keep engaging them. We need to talk to them, and we cannot stop giving them. If you stop giving them, those ones that are begging will become armed robbers. Yes. So the best thing, you give them, you talk to them, you provide that environment for them. It's okay, you can do something for yourself. All you need to do is to just deny yourself certain enjoyment, certain largesse, that things that are not really what that you were doing before. But it will take some time. It's not something that can just be done overnight. And it's not peculiar to Delta State. It's all over the country.
We can make Delta states
the model. Yes, we can. We can.
I know there used to be a time, even in Sapele, that you leave your door open and nothing happens. But all that have changed almost worldwide.
Everybody have fence across, holding their houses now.
Now, lastly, sir, how the situation, the economy of Delta State, apart from oil and agri, what other areas would you want to develop, or would you want to see develop?
Well, the other part I think we can develop apart from agriculture. Everybody have their, I'll call it their area of where you have advantage, cooperative advantage, and oil and agriculture is number one. The other part I think we can do very well with, if we are serious as a state, is entertainment. We are blessed with talent, and I believe, again, that comes to mind why I believe government can actually get involved in this private, public-private partnership. If I have my way, there should be a vote, even if it's a single line vote, yes, for entertainment, where entertainers can be given money. You have a movie you want to do, okay, we give you this money, and we have our team, 1 or 2 persons, and at the end of the day, when you sell, 30% they come back to the government. And in that, you have done well for the person who owns the talent, and you have done something well for the state, in terms of, oh, this man is from Delta State, that is from Delta. 2, you have some money in your coffers.
It's been nice talking with you, and I look forward to seeing you 4 years after, when you're going for your second term. And also, I look forward to asking you questions about what exactly have you achieved. And you told me 1 or 2 things in your kitty you don't want to reveal now. Maybe in a year's time I'll come back and ask you how far have we gone. But beyond that, I want to say thank you very much and congratulations, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Thanks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
Oh, there is so much to talk about. Honorable Benson Igbakpa. So much he shared with us, from his personal contributions to what he thinks about government policies and programs, and what he intends to do as member-elect to represent Ethiope Federal Constituency at the National House of Representatives. Honorable Benson Igbakpa is truly a man to watch out for. He's done so much before, he's ready to do even much more in building his federal constituency and, in general, Delta State. What else can we say? All what we tend to do on this program, Deltascope, is to create a better atmosphere to make Delta State greater. It is on this note, we will say a big thank you to you for being part of the show this week. But don't forget, for your contributions, messages, and observations, please, you can reach us on our various media platforms as displayed on your screen. With that, we say, next week is another time to be with you on the program Deltascope. On behalf of the producer and the production team, it's Onome Iyaroe thanking you for watching. See you next week.